Are you whisking batter? I don't know what you're doing. Are you wafting a beaker in a lab? That was the least sexual thing I've ever seen. Hey, welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. My name's right there on the screen.
Kevin Pereira.
There it is.
And I'm Candace Bailey. We're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
On the show today, the sheriff of... On the show today... Hey.
There we go.
Show today, the sheriff of Zombietown, Andrew Lincoln, will be here to talk about the first season of The Walking Dead on Blu-ray.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have all new, never-before-seen footage of Blair Herter's gun shooting holiday in Las Vegas with Sports Illustrated model Julie Henderson. That's right, gentlemen. Tons more footage of models in tight shirts shooting guns. You're welcome.
And then we'll check out your crowdsourced comedy skills when we reveal which of your ATN jokes were this week's Groffalo's. You said it. Plus, no other show is new on Friday. Colbert and Stewart and Hammocks, and we have an all-new weekend edition of DVD Day with Chris Gore. He's reviewing The Next 3 Days, Excalibur, and Volume 20 of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah. Remember a couple seconds ago we mentioned Blair Herter went hunting for supermodels in Sin City?
Yeah.
Remember that? And he wound up firing an Uzi with Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition beauty Julie Henderson. Remember that? Yeah. You're about to see it.
He's lucky she didn't shoot him.
I know.
So when a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model is contractually obligated to spend time with me, what should we do? Well, that's very simple. I ask her to show me her guns.
Gotta love Vegas. Oh, it hit my head.
We're here at the gun store.
Yep.
Is it too big?
No, they're too big.
Guns are should be this big, right? Like girls like guns this size. No?
No.
Oh.
Hey, Blair, what do you think of these?
Those are magnificent. Those are real. Can I see mine?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Look at that. Well, let's head to the range and destroy some targets.
Perfect.
All right,
Let's go.
Everything we're doing today is to shoot zombies in the head to kill them. And then our second round of weaponry, you were really kind. You took off most of your clothes and got in a magazine for me, and I appreciate that. So I did something special for you as well, and that's the second round of stuff. But let's start with the zombies first.
Wait,
let's do this.
wait,
No, it's
how
good.
did-
You'll see. So we'll start with the zombies right now.
It's zombie killing time.
It's good.
Ooh, right in the brain, too. Do you see that? Right in the head.
I want to make this as TV safe as possible, so I'll just say this. You that zombie up.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, please go and get the Trojan horse. Thank you.
Trojan horse.
Big boy.
What is this?
It's got like a lot of letters and numbers, but most people from the movies know it as the Saw.
Okay.
This is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna put this right between his stupid, ugly zombie eyeballs. Oh. I peed a little bit on myself just now. I wasn't expecting that. Man.
You know what?
Like, I mean, look at that. Can you see me through that?
No.
Because there's a lot of holes on his
No.
face. You can't see me? You sure?
No, absolutely
Oh,
not.
wow. That's surprising. Also, look at that one I shot at the brain. Do you want me to sign this for you?
I'm more interested in this surprise target that we got going.
Yeah. Even though I won, I feel like you should get a prize. So, I got something for you.
Oh my.
Is that perfect? You want to just shoot the out of this?
Yeah, actually I do.
Let's do that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Outside of this stray right here, and like a couple down there, you for the most part just completely destroyed
I'd
me.
say I'm pretty proud of myself.
When the apocalypse does happen, I think that you and I can be relied on to protect our community. Well done. Oh, that is empowering.
From Google's self-driving car,
To a vehicle you can pilot using only your mind.
today's rides, whips, and Hoos was made for lazy people. The Mayans say the world's ending next year, but maybe they would change their minds if they knew about the newest rides of 2012 to hit the showroom floor. First thing we tell the Mayans, the future is all about autonomous vehicles. You may have heard or seen Google's self-driving car, a modified Toyota Prius that uses a computer-controlled array of radars, lasers, sensors, and GPS to drive itself. At the recent TED Talks in Long Beach, California, the Google car showed off its skills to the media. With press members sitting shotgun, the Google car raced through a specially designed closed course, making speedy and tight turns while freaking out passengers.
There's no hands on that wheel.
But the Germans have a little project of their own. Freya University's autonomous labs have created a system that lets you drive a vehicle with your mind. Used in conjunction with an autonomous car named Made in Germany, the driver wears a special helmet that detects your brain's bioelectrical signals. All you need to do is think about accelerating, turning, and stopping, and the Neuro headset recognizes those specific brain patterns. It then transmits those commands back to the car's computer, where a combination of cameras and sensors control the car. Both Google and Automated Labs are still a long way from perfecting self-driving vehicles, but throw in the Hoff and a snarky AI, and you've got a Knight Rider comeback. But for those who prefer to let their hands do the driving, Lamborghini just unveiled the 2012 Aventador at the Geneva Auto Show in Switzerland. Named after a famous Spanish fighting bull, this two-man super sports car has a lightweight suspension and carbon monocoque body. Under the hood, there's a V12 700 horsepower engine that explodes off the line at 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds and tops out at 217 miles per hour. But don't get too excited. Even if you had the $380,000 to order one of these cars, you're too late. Lamborghini has already pre-sold their initial 700 units after its debut last week. And finally, French automaker Peugeot Sport is mixing endurance racing and green energy with the 908 Hybrid 4. This hybrid racer runs on a combination of fuel and electricity for racing efficiency. It has a 6-speed, 550 horsepower V8 diesel engine that also converts braking momentum to power its lithium-ion batteries. The driver can use this energy to boost the engine up to 630 horsepower when needed. Peugeot Sport plans to test this car out at Le Mans, a 24-hour endurance race, and hopes that the combination of diesel fuel and renewable energy will give the car an edge. Peugeot is keeping the rest of the car's stats under tight wraps until the 908 Hybrid 4 makes its first test run at the Le Mans Course French circuit next month. So even if the Mayans are right about 2012, bring it on. At least we'll have our choice of fast and automated rides when the apocalypse comes a-knockin'.
So ahead, you tweeted us your best jokes.
And we use the best of the best in this week's Around the Net. Groffle. Stick around.
Yeah, don't worry, we snaked it out for Around the Net. I have less enthusiasm than that.
It's a Friday!
Yeah!
Yay! Today's number 4 item is a trailer for the no-budget Incredible Hulk rip-off, The Amazing Bulk.
Yeah. I hope you like enormous, poorly rendered, naked purple monsters.
What if I don't?
You're in the wrong place.
I never saw purple blood before.
Well, this whole crime scene is one big mystery now.
There was a double homicide last night.
Where'd you find it?
A better question is, how'd you lose it?
We were at the amusement park, off the subway, and a guy popped out of nowhere and robbed us at gunpoint.
We're gonna have to take you down to the station.
It's not what it looks like.
What the hell is that?
Hey, Barney the purple dinosaur! Look out!
It was an accident.
So we asked you, what is the Amazing Bulk's catchphrase?
And Lou 2 said, I'm gonna grape ya in the mouth. I can't believe we can say that.
All right. One of the stranger
Extra
things.
long.
Well, I was working on a prison grape thing, and I let it go. One of the stranger things we saw this week was a clip of some Chinese gentleman dancing to some kind of Japanese song at a trade show of some kind. Oh.
Ordinarily, Chinese workers are a solemn lot, but when you're in the weirdest place on earth, you can let your freak flag fly.
Awesome. Okay, now, first off, we learned that you guys had lots of funny things to tweet, and by funny, I mean racist.
It's true. We asked, what's the title of that dance? And Spink83 said, the Yoko Oh Hell No. If you practice gymnastics long enough, someday you may end up at the Olympic Games.
Yeah, and if you don't worry, you'll probably end up like today's number 2.
Sideways into it.
I now know what to do with the prison grape joke.
What?
I can't.
Why?
Because
Go for it.
they'll never see it. It'll be a white flash, and then it'll come back to you going, oh! And I'm like, oh,
Go
put
for
it away.
it anyways, come on.
No. We asked you what the name of this redneck circus troupe was.
And Turner Dude came up with Cirque du Soleil.
Sadly, that was the best one, too. The best we could find.
Old people are a constant source of comedy, and nobody has funnier old people than Fox News.
Yes. Here's one geezer trying to remember the name of a rapper so that he could blame the country's problems on him.
By doing nothing, if they care at all about their children or grandchildren, and sometimes I doubt that. I think, grandchildren now don't write a thank you for the Christmas presents. They're walking on their pants with their cap on backwards, listening to Enema Man and Snoopy Snoopy Poop Dog, and they don't like them. Snoopy Snoopy Poop Dog and Snoopy Snoopy Poop Dog, Snoopy Snoopy Poop Dog.
So, of course, we had to ask you, what is the title of Snoopy Snoopy Poop Dog's album?
And AKA Cowboy fans said it will be called Poopin' Ain't Easy.
It's hard out there for a pooper. Nice work, gentlemen. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/
Around the net.
Around the net, yeah.
You said nice work, gentlemen. How do you know there wasn't a lady in there?
Women don't watch the show.
Some do.
There
There are some, and you're saying gentlemen. I think you need to say ladies.
Scientifically speaking, just because you tuck it doesn't mean you're...
You tuck it?
Dabble.
Still ahead, you'll hear from Andrew Lincoln about fighting zombies and Walking Dead.
Yeah. And later, an all-new weekend edition of DV Tuesday with Chris Gore features the next 3 days, Excalibur 4 and Volume 20 of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Very excited about that.
There's 3 movies that it features.
I know.
I said all 3 of
I'm
them.
well aware.
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. Fail. Good. Fail, 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 fail. You lose.
Can we get a towel and cab fare, please?
All the news you need to know.
Feed.
Hey, it's Friday, March 11th. I'm Kristen Adams, and here are your top stories. Facebook is banned in Australia. At least, I know, crazy. Wait, let me get to the story. At least if you happen to be working for the government, a woman working for a politician down under requested extended internet access on her work computer so she could play Bejeweled Blitz. While, I know, that's so funny, isn't it? Why that game? While on hold during long phone conversations. While the request was originally granted, it was overturned by the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, who said, quote, I put filters in place to stop staff accessing inappropriate websites in the Parliament, and I do not think that we should be paying people to play games. Well, now she'll just have to go back to checking Facebook on her phone like everybody else. Hacking into your school's computer to change your grades might sound like something from a bad 80s movie, but apparently Matthew Broderick's not the only one with hacker skills. A Nevada student has been busted for allegedly breaking into the Nye County School District computer system to change grades for his fellow classmates. 19-year-old Tyler Coiner had a 4.54 GPA when he attended the school and spoke at his graduation ceremony about growing up shy. What he didn't mention was that he gave himself better grades, had a side business making fake IDs, or that he was the ringleader of 13 other grade-changing students who offered their services for a fee. In a profile in the local newspaper, Coiner said he dreamed of becoming a hedge fund manager. Hate to say it, but he's probably got a bright future in high finance. And finally, if you didn't already think marathon runners were a little crazy, meet one that's flat out bonkers. Joe D'Amico plans to run the Los Angeles Marathon on March 20th after eating nothing but McDonald's for 30 days. Genius idea. He's running 100 miles a week, so unlike Morgan Spurlock, his health isn't diminishing. It's a good thing. He's not sponsored by the fast food chain, but he's raising money for the Ronald McDonald House charity, so we applaud his efforts. Check out his full experience at the blog McRunner.com. Good luck with the McRuns, Joe. I'm Kristen Adams, and you've just been fed. Now back to you guys.
I don't think this is how babies are made.
If you're looking for cool machines that live in the sky, you come to the right place. Here's a look at the latest airborne military tech. Ooh, that was good.
Why are we doing this again?
Because I'm flying. I'm flying. Forget tanks, ships, and guns. The real action takes place thousands of feet above ground. So today, we're catching you up on the latest military tech in the sky. You might recognize this plane for its famous shark tooth design, but today, Super Tucano is out with the old, in with the new. Just last week, this Brazilian light attack aircraft was shown off at Embraer's headquarters in Brazil, where the company was holding a U.S. Air Force light attack contest. The competition ends in June, but chances are the Super T will win, considering it's got an armored glass cockpit similar to the newer 4th-gen fighters and can carry over 3,000 pounds of bombs, rockets, bullets, and sensor pods, all on a plane that shoots twin 50-caliber machine guns from its wings. With external fuel tanks, the Super T can stay aloft for about 8 hours supporting ground troops, and then land at remote airfields to refuel and rearm. It was designed to provide close air support and surveillance in counterinsurgency operations, which is why the Air Force wants to buy a handful of these pretty birds this summer for its pilots to train allies. For flight freaks, the only thing that comes close to flying a plane is remotely controlling it. But as with all UAVs, maintaining gas on long flights has always been an issue. Until now. Introducing Global Observer, the world's first hydrogen-fueled UAV. Still in development at the AeroVironment facilities in California, the Global Observer is a company solution for a high-altitude, long-endurance, unmanned aerial vehicle. This gigantic eagle in the sky uses liquid hydrogen as fuel for a hybrid electric engine and will fly up to 7 days continuously at an altitude of 65,000 feet. With a payload up to 400 pounds, the Observer operates as a stratospheric geosynchronous satellite system with regional coverage. This means that 2 of these aircrafts could alternate coverage over any given area and provide a platform for legitimate long-term surveillance up to 600 miles in diameter, which is more than 280,000 square miles of coverage. Word is that pretty soon, this bad boy may be replacing conventional satellites for routine surveillance operations. Oh look, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's both? Yes, it is the Nano Hummingbird from AeroVironment Systems. Taking the body and wing shape of a real hummingbird, this DARPA-sponsored air vehicle system is a robotic UAV that is capable of both indoor and outdoor operation, employing biological mimicry at an extremely small scale. In an exclusive flight test we visited last week, the Nano Hummingbird demonstrated precision hover stability in a wind gust flight, which required the bird to hover and tolerate a 5 miles per hour wind gust from the side without drifting downward more than 3 feet. With a 360 lateral flip, the tiny bird also succeeded in hovering for 8 minutes with no external power source. It then demonstrated a heads-down position where the pilot can operate the aircraft without directly looking at it. Instead, the pilot just watches its live video stream and flies it like a video game. The hope is that someday this little hummingbird will provide new reconnaissance and surveillance capabilities in urban environments, like, say, your neighborhood. From saving power to getting sneaky, a new lesson in flying is that you don't have to be Maverick or Iceman to enjoy the action in the sky. You just need to be hip with the latest military tech. Stay tuned! The Walking Dead's Andrew Lincoln has some stuff to say about zombies.
But first, here's an exclusive clip of the indie zombie movie Dead Girl, premiering later tonight on Chiller.
Here's a question for ya. Would you eat a pound of cheese made from human breast milk in one sitting for a gold-plated toilet? You logged on to G4TV.com and told us what you thought. We'll have the results right after the break. The results are in, and about 82% of you said you would not eat a pound of cheese made from human breast milk in one sitting for a gold-plated toilet. Log on to G4TV.com for more questions like this and tell us just how far you'd go.
Let's see. We find the areas where Candace has been bat crazy on the set. Not there. Not there. Oh, could it be here? No! Not on the new tile! Candace, no! All right, over here, guys. Here we go.
I know, but I needed another spot.
Hey, if you have to fight zombies, there's only one man that you want by your side.
I sat down with that man, the star of The Walking Dead, Andrew Lincoln. Zombie invasions are everywhere these days, but none of them captivated audiences more than the premiere season of The Walking Dead. welcome Andrew Lincoln. Big fans here. Now, you shot The Walking Dead in my neck of the woods, Atlanta. Tell me about the South. What do you think about it?
It's hot. It's hot.
Yeah, it's brutally hot.
It's hot and wet, but it was an amazing. I brought my family out there. We had an incredible time. I kind of went. I don't know. I'd never been to that part of the world before. I've been to the sort of East Coast and the West.
That part of the world.
Well, it did. You know. Well, yeah.
People are really friendly, though, right?
You know, Southern hospitality is not a lie. It's the real deal. And we had a great. I mean, the only thing is that the temperatures were just soaring.
Brutal,
I mean,
I'm sure.
and the weather was apocalyptic, which was kind of right for the perfect for the show. But it was we lost a lot of weight there.
But did you have like sweet tea and fried okra and grits and collard greens?
We collard greens and we what was it? Mary Mac's. Do you know Mary Mac's?
What's Mary Mac's?
It's basically one of the best places I've had fried chicken in my life. It was absolutely incredible.
Sounds amazing.
And they have family style of a thing called family style.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you enjoyed yourself in the South.
Yeah, I think the waitress said to us, we're going to fill it, you can eat until you're uncomfortably full.
Yeah. That's the problem with the South. You always do, and everything's like sticks of butter in it.
Yeah. Man. No, but it was great. I loved working there, and I loved... The crew were incredible. I mean, anyone that knows the show it's the nature of it is that we're all outdoors all the time.
It looks like it's brutally hot too.
Yeah.
In every one of those shots, you're just like
that is our own sweat.
I can tell.
That is,
I'm like, those guys are really hot right now.
Yeah.
Now, are you tempted to read ahead in the comics to find out what's going to happen for your character?
You know, I started to do that until I lost my hand, and then I just thought.
Wait a minute.
I thought, have I done the right? No, it kind of... Robert Kirkman's going to kill me, man. But yeah, it got to a point when I thought, actually, for the sake of the spontaneity and not getting ahead of myself, I didn't want to know too much.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And so, yeah, I did stop reading after a while.
Now, do you still keep up as you're reading ahead in the scripts?
No, just because what they were trying to do, I think, all the creators, Frank and Gail and all the gang, wanted to sort of obviously honour the fans of the book, but have a few surprises along the way. So I didn't want to sort of read it. Yeah, I didn't want to get ahead of myself and go down a sort of cul-de-sac really that didn't exist.
Yeah. Now some of the scenes that you're in are horrifically gory.
Yeah.
You want to tell me about any of those? What it was like? Covering yourself in blood and guts?
Yeah, I mean, it was that was one of the...
I kind of wanted to throw up. I can't imagine filming that.
Yeah, you're not alone. I mean, all you see is what you see is what you get. I mean, we filmed... There's one scene where we're sort of wrapping ourselves in someone's colon and small intestine, and basically Greg Nicotero, who's the Willy Wonka of gore. I mean, he's the guy. He's the go-to guy for the beautiful special effects, if that's your thing. And I looked at him, and it was 4 o'clock in the morning when we filmed it, and it was absolutely. And I looked at him, and I said, "This is so wrong."
It's like you're still dreaming. It's not,
it really was
happening.
And I said straight to DVD extras, and he nodded, and he said, "This is never going to make the cut," and it did. All of it made it.
You know, which is really
all power to AMC really, because they were just amazing.
Now, on a side note, I heard you recently got an iPad.
Yes, I
given
did.
to you.
Yes, I did.
And you're a little bit obsessed with Angry Birds?
No, I do
like
that,
right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's my daughter's. I've got a 3.5-year-old daughter. I got given this iPad, but my daughter's just stolen it, basically. But I have got it with me. This is the first trip, and I love it. And Angry Birds, I kind of dig the music. The music's quite...
I kind of dig the game.
The game is...
It's addictive.
It's far too addictive for me, frankly.
Are you good at it?
No.
Neither am I.
Useless. But yeah, no, I love it.
Well, thank you, Andrew, so much for coming. The DVD and Blu-ray of The Walking Dead, the complete first season, is now available. Toes are really creepy and disgusting. It's scientific fact, so cover your shame.
But you don't have to settle for boring old shoes. No, my friends. Today's Sneakerheads features shoes that double as speakers.
What?
Sneakers
speakers and evil defeaters. We may not know art, but we know what we like, especially with these latest kicks. Holy fancy footwear, Batman! It looks like you and the Man of Steel are getting your own pairs of skateboarding sneakers. As part of a team-up between DC Comics and the skate shoe company Airwalk, 2 lines of kicks have just been dropped. The Bounty Hunter line is a minimalist black and come in both high and low tops. The Dark Knights are black leather with his classic logo imprinted on the side, while the Low Supermans are dark suede with his name printed on the back of the heel. But if these monochromatic kicks are too simple, then check out the Masterpiece line. The Man of Steel's pair are white on black with his name etched on the side, and the Caped Crusaders are deep black and highlighted with yellow trim and laces, perfect for any hero stalking evil in the night. These kicks were just released in Japan, but you can swoop them up for about $120 plus shipping over at asbeonline.jp. Now, they say a person's wardrobe can speak volumes about them, but we don't think they were referring to these sneaker speakers when they said it. Recently, the guys over at Inner City Studio commissioned shoe artist Nash Money to create a pair of unique kicks as part of their Inspired Ingenuity project. Nash created these music thumpers by gutting a pair of Nike Air Force Ones and installing both shoes with full-range speakers and tweeters into the soles. He then added an amp along with volume controls into the right sneaker, which is ironically the left speaker. These sneaker speakers are one of a kind, but if you want to kick out the jams, you can find the details on how to make your own over at artandsoulblog.com. And finally, if you're tired of having the same kicks as every other sneakerhead, then head over to brassmonkey.com. The website was created by English artist Daniel Reese, who uses a pair of white Nikes as his canvas to design unique sneaker art. Inspired by all the walks of pop culture life, there are dozens of shoes for sale, ranging from Blink-182 inspired kicks, Sonic and Mario, to films like Reservoir Dogs. But perhaps the greatest aspect of this site is the ability to commission your own pair of personalized kicks. Simply download the sneaker template, open it up in a standard art program, and doodle away. When you're done, submit your concept and they will work with you on your design to make your shoe a reality. There's a commission fee of about $30 plus the price of the shoe, which is anywhere from $250 to $500. But that is a small price to pay to be the only one on the planet wearing mystery machine kicks. Head on over to brassmonkey.com to get started. Well, there you have it. Whether it's superheroes, speakers, or custom sneakers, we've got the latest kicks for all you sneakerheads. Up next is an all-new weekend edition of DV Doomsday.
Yes, Chris Gore, Attack of the Show's Silver Fox, will be here right after this.
Hey there, TV viewers. Kevin Pereira here, interrupting the festivities for a serious message. I apologize, but last night a massive earthquake struck the nation of Japan, and the ensuing tsunami has done untold amounts of damage. And we have so many friends and family and fans from the nation that has brought us so much joy that I wanted to take a moment on behalf of everybody at Attack of the Show and G4 to say that our hearts, our minds, and our prayers are with you. And if you're watching Attack of the Show right now, and I'm assuming you are because you're seeing this, you might have a cell phone in your hand because you've been trying to get on our Twitter wall, and we love that and appreciate that. But if you have the means and you have the time, if you could take a couple seconds and text Red Cross to 90999. Again, that's the word Red Cross, all capital letters, 90999 is the number. That will donate $10 to the Red Cross to help with relief efforts. I just did it. You can kind of see it. And I hope you do it as well, if you can. With that said, please enjoy the rest of Attack of the Show, and we'll certainly update you on everything on Monday.
Baby, baby, baby.
Coming up Monday on an all-new Attack of the Show. SNL star Bill Hader and director Greg Mottola beam into our studio live with the new alien comedy, Paul. And we review the iPad 2 on Gadgetron. Should you trade in your first-gen tablet for a lighter, thinner upgrade? We'll tell you. See it Monday. DV Tuesday on Friday? Say what? Welcome back, film expert Chris Gore.
Thank you. Thank you, folks.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate
Twice in 1 week.
Fridays. I love Fridays
I
here.
love Fridays too. All right, what do we have first?
The next 3 days.
The next 3 days. This movie has a star-studded cast and an Oscar-winning writer-director. Does the film reflect that?
Well, I mean, the drama here is palpable, but Russell Crowe doing his typical Russell Crowe walk. The thing is, here's what bugged me about this film. His wife goes to prison for a murder she may or may not have committed, and you don't really buy the fact that this sort of nebbishy guy is suddenly pulling crimes, and they really just didn't set it up enough. And I'm thinking to myself, does she have the world's greatest vagina? Because if she did, I would break her out of prison myself. Elizabeth Banks, awesome. I love Elizabeth Banks.
Oh, that's fabulous.
She can do the drama. She can do the comedy. Yeah.
So how are the special features?
Well, there's a commentary. And there you go.
And that's it.
Commentary and some behind the scenes and whatnot. But the movie I just didn't buy the reality of the movie. I just didn't buy that this guy.
Because the trailer looks really good.
But I feel like here's the thing, and I think all trailers look pretty good for the most part.
But yeah.
Not all. But I feel like I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie where it's like he'll go to the ends of the earth, and then the poster is his head floating in the sky.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like I've seen it before, been done. Show me something new, and it just didn't blow me away.
So bottom line?
But what do you think?
I'm guessing it's a pass.
It's a pass. You can read minds.
I'm a mind reader now.
You can read minds.
All right, Chris, what's our next DVD?
The next DVD is Excalibur.
Excalibur! Originally released in 1981, how does Excalibur hold up now?
It's pretty amazing. I mean, it's epic, and what I really love, it's epic. What I love about this story, the story of King Arthur, is this is adult. I mean, it's very adult telling. I mean, it's incredibly violent. There's nudity.
Which you love.
It's bloody. There's also nudity. I mean,
Did I mention the nudity?
Yeah. I mean, you see a young Helen Mirren in there.
Nice. Now, the story of King Arthur has been told many times over, but is Excalibur the best version of the film?
I happen to think it is the best version of the film. I mean, especially due to the score. I forgot how just chilling that music is, and it really does hold up. It's one of those things where I watch it, I want to watch it again, and you know.
I'm sure you do because of all the nudity.
Yes.
Any special features?
Yeah, there's a great commentary where you really discover that a lot of the effects were done practical. I mean, this is before the world of digital effects. These effects were done with just simple things like, how did the Lady of the Lake grab the sword? They just ran the film backwards. I mean, it was just simple, like, you know, camera tricks that they used to do the effects. So I love hearing stuff like that. That kind of thing just inspires me.
Okay, so bottom line?
Bottom line is buy it, folks.
You know what? I knew you were going to say buy it, too.
You can read.
I'm totally a mind reader today. It's crazy,
I'm
y'all.
going to surprise you someday. Watch me.
Okay, what else do we have to check out?
We have Mystery Science Theater 3000, Volume 20, folks. Double X.
Hey, it's a simple formula, a man and two robots commenting on old movies. So what makes it so compelling?
Because these guys are so funny. I mean, they're really just pop culture geeks, and what made that show so awesome was just, I mean, the sense of humor. There's sort of two stories going on. Revisiting a bad movie you've seen a million times and just finding bizarre jokes and whatnot, and just their sense of humor. And then there's always the story behind the story, which is what's happening to Joel Hodgson's character trapped on that space shuttle.
Oh, sounds
space
terrifying.
station. Yeah.
How are the special features?
Special features are cool. I mean, there's not a lot of special features, but what I love is they actually do this thing where they have people from the behind the scenes tell stories of what was behind a certain movie, like Sinbad, and how Roger Corman just completely redubbed it, and it was a totally different film. He just called it Sinbad. There's other stuff where you get the story behind Chinderwear. Chinderwear, which is something that you wear on your chin to cover that embarrassing cleft.
Why is a cleft embarrassing? I think it's cute.
It's cute, but, to some might look like a coin slot, so you got to be really careful.
Other things.
Some people are turned on by that. You got to watch it. But, no, I've loved the show forever, and I like hearing the behind-the-scenes stories, too, because this was Joel Hodgson's last season of the show, and apparently there was some tension behind the scenes.
Oh, no.
I just think it made it funnier.
Okay, so bottom line?
Bottom line is rent it, revisit the show. You're going to love it.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, thank you, Chris Gore.
Thank you.
For more Gore, follow I'm on Twitter at @ThatChrisGore. Now let's go over to Kevin.
Hey, now over to me.
Yay! All right, Kevin.
Now that powerful Android tablets are hitting the marketplace, it's time to put that hardware to good use with some sensible business applications. Ah, screw it. Just get these games instead.
The iPad isn't the only game in town. Powerful Android tablets like the Motorola Xoom can be a mobile gamer's best friend. Here are 2 great ways to make the most of that high-def screen. First, grab Cordy. In this ridiculously cute puzzle platformer, you leap and dash your way through each of the game's areas, restoring electricity to the land. Collect cogs and battery power-ups to open each level's exit door. Actually reaching the next area may involve pushing and pulling blocks, stacking barrels, stepping on switches, or swinging from ledges to reach your goal. Cordy's physics-based gameplay feels just right, and the on-screen controls are easy to navigate. The action buttons change depending on what object you're interacting with, so you won't be fumbling while attempting a precise maneuver. The game looks sharp on the Xoom's bright display, and the frame rate never slows no matter how fast Cordy runs. The biggest surprise is that Cordy is completely free, and the game's developer promises even more free levels soon. Now, wash away all that cuteness with Samurai 2: Vengeance, a bloody hack-and-slash game loaded with action. The story unfolds via nicely drawn comic book panels, but who cares about story when there are Shogun warriors to slice in half? As the vengeful samurai, you move through each level using a virtual analog thumb pad. Attack and evade with 3 action buttons along the right side of the screen. One executes a fierce slash attack, another a quick stab, and the third is a dodge button for getting into and out of tight spots. Combine the 2 attack moves in different ways for multi-hit combos that add to your score. As you advance, you can upgrade your sword skills to execute more combos. Each round ends with a climactic boss battle that demands skillful evasion and well-timed attacks. The 3D graphics are rendered in a beautiful hand-drawn anime style and look as good as a pricey console game. Samurai 2: Vengeance serves up hours of eye candy and blade-swinging fun. Get down and dirty for just $5 in the Android marketplace. From cutesy puzzle solvers to action-filled bloodbaths, these games prove that Android is a first-class gaming platform. So ditch that iPad and go Android.
This is what happens when Candace has to pee.
He tries to tickle me. It's so mean.
Hey.
Say your line so I can go pee.
Thanks to Andrew Lincoln, Kristen Adams, Blair Herter, and Julie Henderson.
Stick around. Pop starts right now.
Go.
Good night.
Go. Listen to her microphone. Listen very carefully.